Hey guys, so in today's video, I'm gonna be setting up and planning the month of April in my bullet journal. The theme that I've decided to go with for this month is Avengers because Endgame is coming out sometime this month. And to be honest, that's the craziest theme that I've decided or thought to do in my bullet journal. But because Endgame is coming out, I just thought, why not experiment and just try something new, because I high-key, low-key love Marvel movies. So I just thought, YOLO, let's just try this out and see where it goes. I don't know where it's gonna go, but hopefully it doesn't turn out too bad. Anyways, if you like this video, comment down below if you have anything to say. All the supplies that I'll use in this video will be in the description box. Subscribe if you like my video and content and channel, and without further ado, let's just get on with the video. For this month's bullet journal setup, I made sure to make a plan of what I wanted to do, because me and improvising, it doesn't work out. So thankfully I made a plan, and for my monthly spread, I just did this regular layout that I always do with the calendar. And for the theme for this month, I tried to incorporate bold objects and colors, so I added some drop shadows, and I tried to make sure that all the lines were straight and not really curved, because it just looks more strong, and like calligraphy and all the curvy lines and such, it doesn't really match the theme of Avengers, because Avengers, they're like superheroes and they're strong and bold, and you get the idea. So for this month, I just made sure that everything I did was bold and in your face. It's my first time drawing a logo like this, and to be honest, drawing the Avengers logo was pretty hard, especially the circle part, because circles are so hard to draw, and when you see how I outline with a red pen, I messed up so bad. But thankfully, since I was gonna color it in, it wasn't that obvious that I messed up most of the lines. But yeah, it took me 2 tries to draw all of these logos, because they're just so hard to draw. They look easy, but when I tried to do it, it just didn't come out right, so I had to do it 2 times. But if it looks like the Avengers logo, then I'm just gonna leave it. I was so excited to do this theme because Avengers starts with an A and April starts with an A, so I was like, oh my god, I really thought of something. But I saw that a few people have done this theme already, but it's okay because I really like Avengers. I'm not a hardcore fan where I know every detail and theory and such, but I just really like watching the movies because it's really different from all the other movies I watch, because usually I just watch cliche romantic cringe movies of love stories, and yeah, Avengers is A+, and it's really interesting. As you've seen from my desk tour or just any video, you might have noticed that on my wall I have some comic posters of Marvel characters, and I used that to my advantage because I had some extra comic posters, and I just thought I should just use them in my spread because it's Marvel and these characters are in the Avengers and I don't need to print anything. So thankfully I had those. Without the comic posters, this spread would be pretty boring, to be honest. But yeah, I like how it turned out. I just tried to incorporate every Avenger related color into it, which is pretty much the rainbow. On the top where I'm gonna write all the days of the week, I did the colors of the Infinity Stones, and then I just incorporated more comic related things into the spread to fill up the spaces, because you know me and spaces, I hate space, so let's just fill everything up because that's just the way I am. For the days of the week, I just did these circles, and they're kind of referring to the Infinity Stones, like Loki. So yeah, I just tried to incorporate every color into this spread, or into this bullet journal setup. For the habit tracker, since I used Thor in the monthly spread, I thought to use another Avenger in the following spread. So the habit tracker has the Hulk, and I just did these speech bubbles because in the comic posters thing that I have, it has a lot of speech bubbles, and I tried to imitate that, even though it doesn't really look like the comic speech bubbles, but it's good enough. And for the habit trackers, I usually do 6, and thankfully there are 6 Infinity Stones, so that worked in my favor, and I just dedicated each box the color of an Infinity Stone. Since I had some space in the bottom, I just placed a small brain dump there and just added Iron Man to it because he's another Avenger. And on the next page, this is where I usually do my expense tracker, where I track down or write down everything I spend my money on, just so I can track where my money goes. And I dedicated this page to Captain America because he's also an Avenger. And drawing the Captain America logo was actually pretty hard as well. I don't know why, maybe because I was doing this late at night, but I just couldn't get it right. So the logo that I stuck in was actually my second attempt. It's good enough, it's recognizable from afar, so it's okay. With the fonts, I also tried to do the bold, strong lettering, so I didn't really do calligraphy in this month's plan with me, only in the end, but most of it is bold lettering and writing, and it's just in your face, because Avengers are strong and in your face, That sounds dumb, but you know what I mean. For my first weekly spread, I just dedicated this spread to my favorite Avengers characters, Iron Man and Spider-Man. I mean, Spider-Man is technically an Avenger now because, Infinity War, and yeah, he's pretty much an Avenger. So I just dedicated this spread to those two. Unlike the other spreads, the monthly spread, habit tracker, and expense tracker and such, I didn't plan this weekly spread, so I was really improvising, and it took me like an hour to figure out how I was supposed to lay this spread out. But I just did a typical layout that I've done in the past, and if it works, it works. For this spread, I just used the colors of Iron Man and Spider-Man. Since both of them have red and yellow, I used red and yellow, and then I just used blue because Spider-Man has blue. And using the three colors pretty much just kept the page balanced, because using any other color wouldn't make sense in my opinion, so I just stuck to those colors. And for the days of the week, I just wrote them down in regular handwriting on top of a gray highlighter, and I think it doesn't look that bad because everything else is so strong and bold. And if I continued to make the days of the week like more apparent, it would have been distracting from the characters, if that makes sense. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, because I had so much space in the bottom corner, I just added this space where I can write a reflection for the week, and I also did this bold lettering just to experiment, and I did calligraphy because how can I not? Like, it's just my go-to, so I just did it in calligraphy. I'm glad I put this in the corner because I get to fill up all the space. Now I'm just filling out the extra details such as the days of the weeks and also the days of the month, and that's pretty much it for this bullet journal setup. I'm pretty satisfied with how it turned out because it really reflects the Marvel characters, and hopefully in my future weekly spreads I can feature more of the Avengers because there's so many of them. But for now, this is what I have, and I'm glad that I did all these vibrant colors because that is definitely up my alley. Like, I love vibrant colors, and other than that, I just really like the spread, and hopefully you guys like the spreads. Anyways, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe if you want, and I'll just talk to you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day. Bye!